So I relapsed the other day, and it was one of the best things that's happened to me on the carnivore journey. Let me explain what happened. It all started off with me eating some watermelon. I thought I was going to be fine. I thought it was no problem. I was even starting to make excuses up as to why I should be eating more than just meats. I started saying things like, well, I'm a chef, so I need to stay creative. I said things like, I don't really need carnivore 100%. I don't have as many autoimmune problems as some other carnivore people or creators. And it just kind of snowballed from there. That same week, after I ate the watermelon, I went to an Italian restaurant where I had pasta and pizza. And I made the excuse that I was just doing so good that it's okay to just fall off a little bit and I'll get back on, I kept saying to myself. It was the best and the worst thing that happened to me and my wife simultaneously. And the reason why is because right after that happened to me, I became moody, depressed. It was like everything just came back to me all at once. I was feeling pain in my body once again, in my back, cramps in my legs. I was feeling inflammation. I wasn't sleeping good. I had the reflux come back. There were a number of things that came back as if I'd never went carnivore in the first place. Now, why I say I'm grateful about this is after that, I started making excuses like, it's just a fruit and vegetable. How bad could it be? But right now, I can't do any of those things. I need to stick with this ultimate elimination diet of just animal protein, a little bit of dairy, and eggs. I think that's what, I can tell that it's very healing. It's already healed me so much up until this point. And I made a video saying that I was going to be including some fruits and vegetables back in my diet, and that was like the bug or the parasite talking again. It was like making excuses almost like an alcoholic would, or in my case, a pothead. I no longer smoke weed, but I used to smoke a lot of cannabis, and I used to make an excuse like it's a flower, it's medicinal, it's helped me so far in my creativity, and it lowers my anxiety. But really, none of those things were true anymore for me. I really just used it because I guess the only way I can put it was I was addicted to it. I could get into like the more detailed nuances about it, but this isn't the time or the video. I can correlate that with the fruits and vegetables that I was starting to incorporate back into my diet. It was like the same thing. I was making excuses for it, and at the same time, my health was declining quickly. It was a terrible week for me, in the sense that I was just angry and I was depressed once again. I started to have almost like suicidal thoughts. I'm sorry if this is like kind of a sensitive subject for you, but this is like literally true what happened to me. It's so crazy how quickly, like when you start eliminating things from your diet and you include things back into your diet, how quickly you can feel the benefits that you got from eliminating those things in the first place. And I needed to relapse in order to be where I am today, where I realized, okay, I can't do those things, at least not for right now. I don't have any reservations like I'm going to do them in the near future or anytime in the future, but I just know right now I'm definitely not healed enough to be including those things back in my diet. And I like the way I feel just eating meats. I feel really clear. I feel really focused. And once I start including a bad habit back into my life, it almost gives me this comfortableness to add more and more bad habits. It's like a snowball effect. You add one, and then all of a sudden you got 10 bad habits that you try to eliminate from your life. Now they're back in your life altogether again, just like that. I think when you do one bad habit, you you almost vote in favor of that habit, and you continue to do other things that aren't good for you. So I'm back on carnivore. I'm glad that I am, because even though I'm a chef and all these things, my health is my priority, and eating only animal proteins and eliminating everything else is definitely going to heal me from a lot of things. I've already experienced so much healing from it, and this week was just such a nightmare for me. I've only been doing carnivore for a little bit over 2 months, and I've been like at the end, like towards the end, I started sneaking in things back into my diet that had carbs in it. So I definitely wasn't in ketosis. And when I was in ketosis, I felt amazing. So I'm going to get back on the wagon. I'm making this video because maybe one of you guys also are experiencing something like I am, and you think that maybe you can add some things back into your diet. And if you can, and if you feel great, go ahead and do that. But me personally, I added something back in my diet and I felt like absolute crap. Some of the healing that I got from doing carnivore so far is I've healed my backache. I've healed a lot of the inflammation. I've healed my acid reflux. I've healed my brain fog. I healed my mood swings. I've healed my anxiety, my depression. I never took any medication for those things, but I definitely suffered with something. And I think food had a lot to do with it. Now that I added it back in, I can see the effects from it. So that was like such a blessing for me, to be honest with you. It was a blessing in disguise to fall off the wagon, because it made me realize that it's much better to be strict and to be consuming just a little bit of like a category of food, but it's definitely the best for me. So I'm going to continue to do this. Comment down below. Let me know if this is something that you've gone through, if you've experienced a relapse. How did you bounce back from it? Why did you bounce back from it? How long did it take you to do so? And thank you so much, guys, for following me on my journey. I'm so grateful that you guys all decided to subscribe and to leave me beautiful comments. I really love this community. It's an awesome community full of positivity and strength. And that's something that like I just want to embody myself, is like positivity, strength, honesty, loyalty. So that's it, guys. That's the video. God bless you and peace out.